Hi everybody, this video is for beginner drum students or beginner music students. If you want to learn about the drum set, you've come to the right place. Let's start off from the ground up. Over here, we have the bass drum. I'm a right-handed person, so I would play the bass drum with my right foot, like so. The bass drum is also referred to as the kick drum because of the kick pedal or the bass drum pedal, right? Because some people play it very aggressively with the heel up. Okay, next we have the hi-hat, and also the hi-hat has a pedal. Now the hi-hat is made up of two cymbals. So we see a cymbal on the top and a cymbal in the bottom. And it has a mechanism where I tighten the clutch and then I have some space in between. And when I press on the hi-hat pedal, I can play the hi-hat. So I can play it closed like so, or I can play it open like so. I can also play the hi-hat with my drumsticks. In a closed position or in an open position. Okay, next up is the snare drum. The snare drum is located in the middle of the drum kit. And I can play it with either hand like so. What makes the snare drum sound unique is the strainer or the snares located in the bottom. So they're metal wires. So they vibrate against the bottom drum head and they make that very, very unique sound. Now, over here, I have a rack tom or a tom-tom, okay? So it's just a drum attached to the bass drum with a metal attachment. Next, I have the floor tom. It is a tom-tom. However, it is resting on a tripod, right? So 3 legs, and it's just on the floor, so they call it the floor tom. Now the floor tom is bigger in size, so it will sound lower pitched than the rack tom. You can also change the pitches by tuning up or down using a drum key. Okay, next up we have various cymbals in the top. I'm going to start off with my right hand cymbal. This is the ride cymbal. The ride is used for a variety of musical styles rock, jazz, Latin jazz, and it is a more open sound since the cymbal tends to be bigger in diameter. So the typical jazz pattern, for instance, right? And also the ride bell is really useful for creating a more emphasis if the song is more energetic, or also for Latin jazz, okay? So that's the right bell. Over here, over on my left hand side, I have a crash cymbal. Okay, so the crash cymbal is used when you want to create emphasis in a certain part of a song. Or if you go into a different section of a song, like the bridge or the chorus, and you want to emphasize on the one, so you can hit on the crash. And you can hit on the crash and the bass drum at the same time. Let's hear that again. All right. And over here we have a splash cymbal. It is used to create different musical effects, and obviously it sounds higher pitched because it is smaller. Okay, now I'm going to play a very basic drum groove, and notice that my hands are crossed. I'm going to play my right hand on the hi-hat closed. I'm going to play the backbeat on 2 and 4 on the snare drum, and then I'm going to play 1 and 3 on the kick drum or the bass drum. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you noticed, I ended that drum groove with a drum fill or a drum break. So typically the tom-toms are used to do a drum fill or drum break. Now I'm going to play a little bit of, let's say, a reggaeton groove. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if you notice in the reggaeton groove, the kick drum stays steady, and the snare drum has that 3 clave that is very repetitive. Okay, now I'm going to play a different groove using the right cymbal. I'm going to play a swing pattern used in jazz music. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and last but not least, I'm going to play a songo pattern using the right bell so that you can hear how it sounds with a full drum groove. And I'm going to embellish a little bit on the toms. So this one is basically a songo pattern from Cuba. 1, 2, 1, 2.